Beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Approaching 5 minutes into the flight, Commander Reed Wiseman confirms he has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and control software finishes internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
Integrity, 3 engine press.
3 engine press.
On time now, passing 5 minutes 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry Integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. Though at this time, we're seeing 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes.
Same on board, Stan.
Good trajectory and engine performance. Booster officer will soon report the shutdown plan to Flight Director Judd Friedling, expected at the 7-minute mark. Integrity, 78 miles in altitude, 460 miles downrange.
Integrity, expect nominal shutdown.
Integrity copies nominal shutdown.
Six minutes of mission elapsed time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds into the flight. Seven minutes of mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7-minute 30-second mark. Now 84 miles in altitude, 650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open.
AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time. About 10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage. Standing by for confirmation of MECO and core stage separation.
Integrity, nominal MECO, core stage separated.
We see the same on board, Stan.
Eight minutes 40 seconds into the Flight Launch System upper stage, the Inner Rim Cryogenic Propulsion Stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft. 9 minutes of mission elapsed time. Integrity crew of Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the Moon.
Integrity Houston, looking ahead to PRM, numbers so far per the pad.
Copy that, Stan. Numbers for the pad.
Capcom Stan Loves now reminding the crew that the Perigee raise maneuver time of ignition is as expected prior to booster ignition. That time being 49 minutes, 50 seconds of mission elapsed time.
Integrity, good. Neds deploy.
Copy that, Stan. Good, Neds.
And Integrity Houston for PWD setup. Just a reminder, halfway open on the secondary.
We copy that, Stan. Halfway open.
Passing 11 minutes of mission elapsed time. Here, overhearing the conversation between Capcom Stan Love and Commander Reed Wiseman, already passing some milestones. We have a good nozzle extension deployment system. That is confirmed. Complete. We also have the visors are confirmed up now past the dynamic phase of flight, that is ascent. Their launch and entry suits that provided them an extra layer of protection, now not as needed. They're going to raise those visors. And later in today's mission, they will begin to egress or get out of the suits to begin some of their initial tasks of activating some of the systems aboard in the Integrity spacecraft. It's passing 12 minutes of mission elapsed time. Again, the perigee raise maneuver that's targeted near 50 minutes of mission elapsed time, 49 minutes, 50 seconds. That's what the crew is going to be working towards. The Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover will focus on preparing for that milestone. In the meantime, mission specialists Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen will start some of the activation of environmental control life support systems. You may hear confirmation of their activation over the Orion to Earth communication network.
Houston, C3 aux power back in auto.
Copy C3 aux, and we're 2 minutes to maneuver.
"13 minutes and 30 seconds of mission elapsed time. We're going to continue to follow the crew of the Artemis 2 mission. They are beginning their journey around the moon to verify the systems that will take us to its surface. An incredible ascent. Artemis 2 is underway. Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen begin their journey to the moon. Still milestones to come up as we await solar array deploy and the critical burns that will get Integrity into high Earth orbit around the Earth before engines are fired to get us around the moon. We'll keep tabs on Integrity and its crew from here in Mission Control Houston. But for now, we're going to send it back to you, Megan and Nicole at the Kennedy Space Center. Very jealous to hear how the launch experience was over on the Space Coast.
Yeah, Gary, if people are just joining us, welcome back to the Space Coast, where we just saw Artemis 2 lift off 14 minutes ago. And wow, what an amazing launch, and an emotional one, too, as soon as the rocket lifted off. Nicole, you had tears in your eyes, I had tears in my eyes, and we had all these people around us cheering. It was amazing.
Yeah, the energy was wonderful. I mean, it was a beautiful launch. we've got 4 friends and family members headed to the moon. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. How does that make you feel as someone who, is an astronaut as well, but also, as you said, friends?
Yeah. So proud of them. Man, we don't have the words in the English language to describe this kind of an event, and pride, love, so many emotions. They are truly breaking some barriers, and hopefully, as Gary just said, they've got a long day ahead of them, so wishing them well on everything. But so far, what a beautiful launch to watch.
Yeah, to be returning to the lunar orbit in more than 50 years. Maybe they go farther from Earth than any other humans before them. Maybe they see parts of the moon that we've never seen before. I mean, what a great start to what could be all of these milestones that we break in just a 10-day mission.
Yes, what a way.
Of course, the Earth falling away as we continued up into our ascents, but also some of those crowd shots where we saw young and old, just emotional, overcome by this history-making moment.
Man, we are going back to the moon for all, and we saw that today. We saw that in all the crowds. And you guys just saw that view, the sunrise or sunset, I guess. They just made it over the crest of the Earth, and you could see the sun peeking over. One of my favorite views from space, and I can't imagine what they're looking at now, and I can't wait to see what they're looking at in about 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are like, I'm surprised this launched on the first try, because we know, like any little thing, we have to be keeping safety in mind, and we want to make sure we're ready to go. But we were ready to go, and I think it surprised a lot of people. What a wonderful surprise on this Wednesday evening.
It did, and it kind of surprised me as well. But it's just a testament to the team here that has been working so hard on Artemis. Artemis 1, we learned a ton of lessons. We learned a ton from the wet dress for Artemis 2. We were able to go in, fix those things. We even had a couple mishaps today, not mishaps, but a couple, anomalies today that the team creatively came up with solutions for. Mm-hmm. It's just a testament to the teamwork that gets us to the moon.
And so we can continue to watch Christina, Reed, Victor, and Jeremy on their way now to the moon in Earth's orbit and awaiting the next in-flight milestones, deploying Orion's solar arrays. So why don't we get back in with the mission control and Gary.
Hey, thank you, Megan. Again, we're following along on the action. It is a long day. They have a number of procedures they need to get to immediately in their timeline.
And Integrity Houston, cross-tie is on board per the FCDEM.
We copy, Houston. Thank you.
Cross-tie referring to flight controllers here initiating a connection between some of the batteries aboard the Orion spacecraft, allowing for an even distribution of power. This is the flight control teams that took us through ascent of the Artemis 2 mission today. Right now we're, as you see, passing 18 minutes of mission elapsed time. The Orion spacecraft integrity and the interim cryogenic propulsion system are maneuvering tail to sun. It is in this orientation, this attitude.
Integrity anywhere until not momentary prop caution.
And Reed, no action. We're looking at it.
Commander Reed Wiseman verifying what is being routed to his displays aboard Integrity. Propulsion engineer confirming that no action is needed at this time. They're pressing through with their nominal procedures to prepare for the perigee raise maneuver. And of course, the solar array wing deploy ahead of that. The solar wing deploy is a critical milestone. We'll continue to have our coverage follow the mission until that deployment. A successful launch is just the beginning. The deployment of the solar arrays and successful confirmation that those solar array wings are drawing power is a significant milestone and says to the flight control teams that we will continue on today's mission. Power needs to be drawn to continue through some of the next milestones. Until then,
A open option that was called up upon ascent, the abort once around, is the current option, and the abort to orbit option ATO will be switched to a preferred mode at the time that the solar array wings are deployed and latched. It gives the flight control teams a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah, Integrity Houston, update on TDRS handover for your pad.
Give us just 1 minute. And Stan, you can read it. Ike is ready to copy.
Roger. TDRS handover east to west expected 1 second earlier at 5:1 minutes, 26 seconds.
We're checking with KUS on 232. I don't think they have 212 access. We're trying to verify, but it sounds like they have a loss of lock as well. About 2 seconds.
Okay. And I guess for both KUS and COSE, do we have lock now?
That's affirmed. We do have lock for COSE.
Yeah, so from the integration console perspective, we did have a temporary loss there within the allowable, and per the requirement, let's go.
This is Houston Flight. We have lock and we have good telemetry here in GSE.
And KUS is reported today.
Hey, can you just write up that vendor invoice process up real quick?
Now? 5 p.m. on a Friday? I still have reconciliations to finish. Wait, I'll use Scribe. What's that? All done. Just sent you the guide. Wait, that fast? Yep, I click a start capture, did the process like normal, and Scribe builds a full walkthrough with screenshots, steps, everything. And I even redacted the client's name and GL code so that we can share this with anyone and not worry.
Okay, that is actually incredible. It looks so good and so easy to follow. What did you say it was called?
Scribe. It turns any process into a step-by-step guide in seconds. Try it today at scribehow.com.
All right, let's see. OTC, are you still waiting for com config, or are you?
That is affirmed, sir.
Okay, yeah, the only open item?
Yeah, OTC, this is CVSC. That 400 step 290 is complete. Copy.
Okay, so OTC, you're complete with all of your work?
That's affirmed.
All right, copy that. STC?
STC is complete.
And GTC?
GTC is complete.
Okay, excellent. All right, and LPE, just want to verify we have no open constraints at this time.
No open constraints. We have a clear board, sir.
Okay, tracking the same here. And Launch Director, with that, we are clear and ready to pick up the launch readiness poll with your go.
All right, sir, I am go for the poll.
All right. And for all personnel, this is the NTD conducting the Artemis II launch readiness check. Verify ready to resume count and go for launch. OTC.
GTC is go.
STC.
STC is go.
GTC.
C's go.
MCO.
CO's go.
Safety Console.
The safety console is go.
LPE.
LPE's go.
RTD.
RTD's go.
Houston Flight.
Houston Flight is go.
ROC.
ROC is go.
And CDR.
Cruise go.
Copy that. Thank you, Reed. And Launch Director NTD, our launch team is ready to proceed at this time.
All right, NTD, I copy all. At this time, I'll perform my poll. Attention on the net. This is the Launch Director performing the final poll for launch, verifying no constraints, and go for launch. EGS, Program Chief Engineer.
Artemis Chief Engineers are go.
Copy, thank you. EGS, Chief Safety Officer.
The Artemis CSOs are go.
Copy, thank you. Range weather.
Launch weather is go.
Thank you, LWO. And Artemis MMT Chair.
MMT's go.
Thank you, John. And Integrity Launch Director.
Good to hear your voice, Charlie. PLT.
Thank you, Charlie. This is Victor. We are going for our families.
MS1.
This is Christina. We are going for our teammates.
MS2.
This is Jeremy. We are going for all humanity.
All right, Charlie, your Artemis 2 crew is go for launch. Full send.
I copy that. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, on this historic mission, you take with you the heart of this Artemis team, the daring spirit of the American people and our partners across the globe, and the hopes and dreams of a new generation. Good luck. Godspeed, Artemis 2. Let's go. And NTD Launch Director.
Go ahead, Launch Director.
Yes, sir. You have a go to proceed with countdown.
Copy that. I'll put it in work. CDR, NTD.
Go.
Get risers and initiate short purge per your EPROC 10.1.1, steps 8 and 9.
10.1.1, 8 and 9 going to work.
Copy. CVSE, NTD. Start and verify recordings of our Orion cameras.
Copy.
Okay. Well, there you heard it.
RSR, NTD.
RSR.
They're getting ready to start terminal count.
arm rotation enable at this time, please.
It's currently at T-minus 10 minutes. Once we wrap up this last bit of work,
SNA arm rotation enable complete.
We're going to start that clock.
Copy that. Thank you.
Integrity crew, close and lock visors.
You heard an issue, worked in real time with telemetry lock on the Orion. It was transitory. It was very short. They checked the data, confirmed that they had a good lock. This was with the S-band transmitter on the Orion. Worked through that issue, looked at the data, and cleared it. All with the world watching. Impressive work by the launch team. So we have a 2-hour window which starts in just a few minutes at 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time and goes until 8:24 p.m. Eastern Time.
And ECL NTD will be waiting for your verification on the short purge.
ECL copies.
And for all personnel, once we get that short purge verification, we'll verify that we are clear to go, and then we'll proceed with the terminal count. ECL time estimate?
About a minute.
Copy.
So we're going into the launch window, but not by much, it looks like. Just wrapping up some final work. And once that's completed, you'll hear NASA Test Director Jeff Spaulding ask for the ground launch sequencer operator to go ahead and start the clock. The ground launch sequencer is an application software. It runs on top of the launch control system in the firing room, acts like a conductor of an orchestra, executing hundreds of commands in precise order and timing. It's all autonomous.
NTD CCL 212, short purge initiations verified.
All right, copy that, and we're verifying our constraints. All right, and we're clear from cutouts. And with that, we're going to resume the clock momentarily. And CGLS, you can resume the clock on your mark.
GLS copies. 3, 2, 1, mark. GLS mainline has been initiated.
T-minus 10 minutes and counting.
And that begins terminal count. Our new T0 is 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time. 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time. We are now counting down to liftoff of Artemis 2. From now on, you're going to hear two voices on the loops. If everything goes nominally, NASA Test Director Jeff Spaulding, who's directly managing the launch team, and Alex Bendelos, the GLS operator who closely monitors the software. He has the ability to stop and restart the countdown. A lot of people ask about whether there's a launch button. There certainly is not.
Flight and Rock, our new T0 is 22:35:12.
Houston flight copies.
Rock copies.
22:35:12.
Affirm.
There you heard confirmation of the exact T0, 6:35 and 12 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. Again, our T0 is 6:35 and 12 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. But as I was saying, there's no launch button. This is autonomous. But there is a button that keeps you from launching, and that button allows the GLS operator to pause the countdown outside of terminal count and during terminal count and submit a hold to the next holding point. So the clock won't stop right away. If there's an issue, we'll go to the next stable holding point. This is how GLS configures the rocket and ground systems to a stable point where they can stop the countdown if that's needed. But right now, we are counting down. Our next big milestone, looking to retract the crew access arm.
GLS is go for crew access arm retract.
And there you see the crew access arm moving away. That's the path that the astronauts took to ingress into the rocket. Until this point, that was their way off the pad if they needed to evacuate. But now with that arm retracting, the backup transitions to a launch abort system, and they'll begin arming that shortly. Of course, the launch abort system, great shot there of the crew access arm retracting away. The launch abort system is the tower at the top, and that's what would pull Orion and its crew off the top of the rocket in case of an emergency, whether it's on the ground or in flight. This is critical safety hardware that protects the lives of the astronauts. Starting at T-minus 6 minutes, the GLS will start bringing that and other high-energy systems online, starting with core stage pressurization. Weather is 90% go. The range is go. All systems are go.
GLS is go for core stage tank pressurization.
That means the replenish valve for the liquid hydrogen tank has now closed, and that tank is beginning to pressurize to flight levels because that hydrogen is naturally boiling inside the tank. We'll get the liquid oxygen tank a little later in the count. Now the team is waiting for verification that, if needed, the Artemis 2 crew could use the launch abort system to pull Orion safely off the top of the rocket in an emergency. Let's listen in for that call.
GLS verifies last capability available.
And CDR, do you copy?
CDR copies, last available.
That's great news, and you heard the NTD verify that with the commander of the mission.
GLS is go for FTS arm.
Now work is being done to arm the flight termination system. This is so the range safety can send a flight termination command if the rocket flies too far off track. There's a brief built-in delay so the launch abort system has time to pull the astronauts to safety
go for
first.
LH2 high flow bleed check.
All right, the high flow bleed check. That's so the cryo team gets verification that the RS-25 engines, all 4 of them, are in the proper temperature range for launch.
GLS is go for core stage APU start.
Core stage APUs start. Those are auxiliary power units, high-speed turbines which provide pressure to hydraulic pumps that steer the RS-25 engines. We're going to see a gimbal test a little later at T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is what allows that to happen. Coming up in about 20 seconds, we're listening for go for purge sequence 4. That's a helium purge of the 4 core stage engines downstream of the propellant valve. This gets all the air and moisture out of there.
GLS is go for purge sequence 4.
Moving through the milestones. All is looking good. Coming up in just a few seconds, we're going to get that thrust vector control actuator test. This is a gimbaling of the engines. There are the 4 RS-25s, 3 of them shuttle heritage, 1 of them built from shuttle parts. And there you see them moving. Now we're going to start moving the power from both the upper stage and the lower stage of the rocket to internal, taking ground power away and now going to battery power.
GLS is go for upper stage to internal power.
All right, power is removed from the rocket's upper stage, the ICPS, and it's been switched to battery. Same milestone for the lower core stage coming up at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Right now, the 4-person Artemis 2 crew is 248,000 miles away from the moon. And if all goes well, they will fly by it in 6 days.
GLS is go for core stage to internal power.
All right, there's the rocket's core stage, which houses 3 flight computers, is now on its own power. There's no more hold time because there's no more margin on these batteries. So we would have to recycle back to T-minus 10 to recharge if we had a hold.
One minute.
Right now, the rocket does not know what the T0 is, but coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket's onboard autonomous launch sequencer, or ALS. The rocket will count itself down, but honor any holds that could come from the ground. Now, shortly after liftoff, Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague Gary Jordan will take over commentary.
GLS go for ALS.
Great call out. The rocket is on its own. 4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched.
You don't need to be a tech expert. You just need a starting point. GoDaddy gives you the tools, the expert support, and the push to make it real. Your brand starts here with GoDaddy.
This is Akshay from Mumbai. He wants to start selling online. He just needs a domain name, akshayshop.in. Perfect. But wait, Akshay from Delhi wants it too. And Akshay from Bangalore. Speed matters, so be the fastest. Register your domain name before anyone else. Claim it today at hostinger.com/in.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are able, please be standing for the Australian National Anthem, followed by the Indian National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair. भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you all for standing. What an incredible crowd, what an incredible feeling. I want to welcome the Premier of New South Wales, the Honourable Chris Minns, to the stage. Please give him a warm, warm welcome.
Good evening, everybody. As Premier of New South Wales, it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the Kudos Frank Arena for this special event. And I, of course, particularly want to warmly welcome the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi. In a moment, I will introduce Australia's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, but first, take a look at the scale of tonight's event. It's huge. It's part of Australia's largest story. More and more people from India have come to Australia to call it their home. They've built businesses, started families, undertaken studies, established places of worship. You've created community while keeping your culture and traditions. We come from many different backgrounds in Australia, but we are stronger together. And tonight you can see that strength. In fact, you can hear it. Friends, the Indian diaspora is the nation's fastest growing. There are 750,000 people that have Indian ancestry in this country.
Master Generative AI. Learn from AWS and deeplearning.ai and apply skills to automate processes. Learn anywhere, 100% online. Start learning today.
స్పైన్ కార్డ్లో వచ్చే అన్ని సమస్యలు జాయింట్స్ డిస్క్లు జరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి. పై భాగంలో వస్తే మెడ దగ్గరలో సర్వికల్ స్పాండిలైటిస్, కిందకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత థొరాసిక్, అలాగే ఇంకొంచెం కిందకు వస్తే లొంబార్. బీ బెటర్ వాళ్ళు స్పైన్ ఊర్జా అని ఇలాంటి సమస్యలను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని రిలీజ్ చేశారు. 150 సంవత్సరాల తైలపాక విధానం ఆ విధానంలో తయారు చేయబడింది. బీ బెటర్ వారి స్పైన్ ఊర్జాలో మనకు లభించే లాభాలు ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ డీజనరేషన్ ఆగిపోతుంది. ఎముకలు ఎరిగిపోవడం, డిస్కులు జరిగిపోవడం, మెత్తబడిపోవడం, ఇలాంటి సమస్య లేకుండా ఈ బీ బెటర్ వారి స్పైన్ ఊర్జా అనేది కాపాడుతుంది. ఇంటర్నల్ గా తీసుకోవడం చాలా శ్రేష్టం ఇది. అందుకని వీళ్ళు సాఫ్ట్ జెల్ క్యాప్సూల్స్ తయారు చేయాలి. క్యాప్సూల్ రూపంలో ఈజీగా తీసుకోవడానికి కూడా బాగుంటుంది. బాడీలోకి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత అది గ్రాడ్యువల్ గా డైజెస్ట్ అయిపోయి సమస్యని తగ్గిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. అది చాలా బాగా పనిచేస్తుంది. ఉదయము సాయంత్రము తిన్న తర్వాత పాలు తీసుకుంటే ఈ క్యాప్సూల్ తో పాటు కాల్షియం కూడా శరీరానికి అందుతుంది. అందువల్ల స్పైనల్ కార్డ్ కి సంబంధించిన అన్ని సమస్యలు పోతాయి.
వెంటనే స్క్రీన్ పై ఉన్న నెంబర్ కి కాల్ చేసి ఆర్డర్ చేసుకోండి. ఉచిత డోర్ డెలివరీ కూడా ఉంది.
And that includes the Treasurer of New South Wales, Daniel Mookhey, who swore his oath of allegiance on the Bhagavad Gita. Friends, he was the first Australian minister to do so, but he will not be the last. And so tonight we roll out the red carpet for the Prime Minister of India. We thank him for coming, but we want to pay a special tribute to all those Indian Australians who've made this country so great. Enjoy the night.
If you go on this side.
Thank you, friends. I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And I am proud to lead a government that will give all of you, all Australians, a chance to vote in a referendum to recognise our First Peoples in our nation's constitution later this year. And I urge my Indian Australian friends, vote yes. It is a huge pleasure to welcome Prime Minister Modi to Australia. In just my first year as Prime Minister, which I'm celebrating today, I have met the Prime Minister, my friend, 6 times. But absolutely nothing beats standing with him on a stage like this, looking out at this magnificent sea of faces. What an honour. And what a joy it is to get to welcome Prime Minister Modi here with all of you. I get to speak to some pretty big crowds as Prime Minister, but I have to say that the warmth and the energy here tonight is absolutely second to none. I said to my friend the Prime Minister before, the last time I saw someone on the stage here was Bruce Springsteen, and he didn't get the welcome that Prime Minister Modi has got. Prime Minister Modi is the boss. Friends, I saw that myself when I was in India in March, where he hosted me with such generosity and warmth. It was a trip full of unforgettable moments, celebrating Holi in Gujarat, laying a wreath for the great Mahatma Gandhi in New Delhi, and doing a lap, something I will never quite forget, of the incredible stadium at Ahmedabad on day 1 of the 4th Test. Everywhere I went, I felt that deep sense of connection between the people of Australia and the people of India. It's a warmth it is a warmth I also felt when I backpacked around India for 5 weeks in 1991. And I say this to my friends from the Australian Parliament who are here today. If you want to understand India, travel by train and video bus. And you can even hitchhike. They're very friendly. It is a connection that I feel here tonight. And once again, I feel so grateful to be a part of it. Your million-strong community has contributed so much to this country. The people here tonight, your families, your communities, will always be the lifeblood of the relationship that India and Australia share. And tonight I announce that the new Centre for Australia-India Relations will be based in Parramatta.
I need to document our NetSuite reconciliation workflow before the team sync, or else I'll literally get fired.
Don't do it.
What?
Don't do it. I'm serious. Just open Scribe.
I don't have time to learn a new tool right now. That's the point. You don't have to learn it. Just click Start Capture and do the task. It builds the guide for you all in the background. Okay, I'll try it. Wait, it's writing all the steps for me and screenshots too. This would have taken me 2 hours and I just did it in 2 minutes. Hold on, did you just trick me into being productive?
Yep, Scribe is a cheat code to working smarter.
Okay, I'm going to get the whole team using Scribe. What's the link again?
Scribehow.com. You're welcome.
A place that itself is a testament to the vitality of the Indian-Australian experience. One that after last night has a proud Indian Australian, Samir Pandey, as its Lord Mayor. Congratulations. Now, we want to see more connections, more Australian and Indian students living and studying in each other's countries and bringing those experiences home. More business leaders and artists and families sharing your experiences and your knowledge and your ideas. Prime Minister Modi and I have just unveiled a plaque for the foundation stone
of the Little India Gateway in Harris Park. But tonight, and won't that be good to visit? But tonight, as Prime Minister, I want to say thank you. You have brought the spirit of the world's biggest democracy to Australia. And you have helped make our democracy stronger and more inclusive. You've strengthened Australian society, bringing our country the benefits and riches of such a beautiful and diverse culture. And I am so proud that you have made Australia your home, that you see your life and your future here. You make our nation and our shared communities better. You make Australia stronger. Friends, I want you to give a big Australian welcome to my dear friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
नमस्ते ऑस्ट्रेलिया। ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्रधानमंत्री और मेरे प्रिय मित्र हिज एक्सेलेंसी अल्बनीजी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री हिज एक्सेलेंसी स्कॉट मॉरिसन, न्यू साउथ वेल्स के प्रीमियर क्रिस मिन्स, फॉरेन मिनिस्टर पेनी वांग, कम्युनिकेशन मिनिस्टर मिशेल रोलैंड, एनर्जी मिनिस्टर क्रिस बोवेन, लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन Peter Dutton, Assistant Foreign Minister Tim Watts, न्यू साउथ वेल्स के उपस्थित मंत्रिमंडल के सभी आदरणीय सदस्य, पैरामाटा से सांसद सदस्य डॉक्टर एंड्रू चार्ल्टन, यहां उपस्थित ऑस्ट्रेलिया के सभी सांसद सदस्य, मेयर, डिप्टी मेयर, काउंसिलर्स और ऑस्ट्रेलिया में रह रहे प्रवासी भारतीय जो आज इतनी विशाल संख्या में उपस्थित हुए हैं, आप सबको मेरा नमस्कार। First of all, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we are meeting here on today.
Got a great business idea? Give it a domain name from GoDaddy. Every order comes with our effortless AI experience, GoDaddy Aero. which will generate a logo, landing page, and more for you in just a few clicks. With our award-winning support, it couldn't be easier to start an online business with us, which is why we are trusted by more than 20 million customers. Unlock your online potential today with GoDaddy.
Save time creating content and generate a high-quality clone of your voice with 11 Labs. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceovers, and branded content with the #1 AI-powered voice-generating technology. Stop searching for the perfect voice and stop wasting time re-recording take after take. Try 11 Labs for free and start elevating your content today.
I pay my respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. I also celebrate all First Nations people who may be with us today. Friends, मैं जब 2014 में आया था तो आपसे एक वादा किया था। वादा ये था कि आपको फिर भारत के किसी प्रधानमंत्री का 28 साल तक इंतजार नहीं करना पड़ेगा। तो लीजिए, यहां सिडनी में इस ऐना में मैं फिर हाजिर हूं और मैं अकेला नहीं आया हूं। प्रधानमंत्री अल्बेनीजी भी मेरे साथ आए हैं। मिस्टर प्राइम मिनिस्टर, अपने बहुत व्यस्त कार्यक्रम में से हम सभी के लिए आपने समय निकाला है। ये हम भारतीयों के प्रति आपके स्नेह को दर्शाता है। आपने जो अभी कहा वो दिखाता है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया के मन में भारत के प्रति कितना प्रेम है। इसी वर्ष मुझे प्रधानमंत्री जी का भारत की धरती पर अहमदाबाद में स्वागत करने का अवसर मिला था। आज उन्होंने यहां लिटिल इंडिया के फाउंडेशन स्टोर को अनवील करने में मेरा साथ दिया है। मैं उनका बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। थैंक यू माय फ्रेंड एंथनी। ये लिटिल इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया के विकास में भारतीय समुदाय के योगदान का भी एक रिकॉग्निशन है। मैं न्यू साउथ वेल्स के प्रीमियर, पैरामाटा शहर के मेयर, डिप्टी मेयर और काउंसिलर्स को इस विशेष सम्मान के लिए धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। साथियों, मुझे खुशी है कि न्यू साउथ वेल्स में प्रवासी भारतीय समुदाय से कई लोग सार्वजनिक जीवन में सक्रिय भागीदारी कर रहे हैं, अपनी पहचान बना रहे हैं। वर्तमान न्यू साउथ वेल्स की सरकार में डिप्टी प्रीमियर, प्रूकार, ट्रेजरर डेनियल मुखी बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन कर रहे हैं। और कल ही भाई समीर पांडे पैरामाटा के लॉर्ड मेयर चुने गए हैं। मैं सबका अभिनंदन करता हूं, बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। साथियों, आज जब पैरामाटा में यह सब हो रहा है, तभी ये जानकारी भी आई है कि पश्चिमी ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पर्थ शहर में भारतीय सैनिक नयन सिंह सैलानी के नाम पर सैलानी एवेन्यू बनाया गया है। उन्होंने पहले विश्व युद्ध में ऑस्ट्रेलिया की फौज के लिए लड़ते हुए वीर गति प्राप्त की थी। इस सम्मान के लिए मैं पश्चिमी ऑस्ट्रेलिया के नेतृत्व का आदरपूर्वक अभिनंदन करता हूं। जन औषधि केंद्रों पर मिलने वाली दवाओं की कीमत बाजार में जो दवाएं मिलती हैं उसी क्वालिटी की, लेकिन जन औषधि केंद्र में 50% से 90% तक उसकी कीमत कम होती है।
18,000 से अधिक जन औषधि केंद्रों के साथ जन औषधि पहुंच गई है देश के सभी राज्यों में, जहां 2,000 से अधिक दवाइयां और 300 से ज्यादा सर्जिकल उपकरण उपलब्ध हैं। इस योजना से अब तक जरूरतमंदों के 40,000 करोड़ रुपए बचे हैं। आप भी नजदीकी केंद्र पर जाएं और सस्ती एवं अच्छी दवाइयों का लाभ उठाएं।
So students, let's differentiate, let's apply the power.